Hi, this is Praveen. Now let us continue our discussion on kinematics. Now let us look some questions on kinematics from the RRB 2018 and 19 question papers. So we were going to look at the questions which were asked in 2018 and 19 RRB question papers. Let's start with the question number 1. The first question says that a train travels 45 meters in 3 seconds. Then find the speed in kilometers per hour. So the options are 48, 51, 54 and 50.5. So as per this question, we have to find speed in kilometers per hour. First, let us find the speed in meters per second and then convert it into the kilometers per hour. First, what is the formula for speed? Speed means distance by time. The distance that was given here is 45 meters and the time is 3 seconds. So speed is going to be 45 divided by 3 meters per second. So speed is distance by time. That is equals to 45 divided by 3 meters per second. 3 ones, 3 15s. So it is 15 meters per second. So we have got 15 in meters per second. But the question is in kilometers per hour. So if you want to convert this value in meters per second into kilometers per hour, we have to multiply with 18 by 5. So it is going to be 15 into 18 by 5. 5 ones, 5 threes. So 3 would replace 15. So what is 3 into 18? It is 54. So 54 kilometers per hour. So our answer is 54 kilometers per hour. Option C is our answer. So this is how you can solve this first question. Now let us look at one more question. Coming to the second question, that is, a bullet travels 90 meters in 0.2 seconds. Find the speed of the bullet in kilometers per hour. The options are 1250, 125, 1620 and 162. So this is also like the previous question, but it is bit difficult. So now let us find its solution. So here we have been asked to find out the speed of the bullet. That means we have to find the speed. So speed, as we all know, is distance by time. So the distance is given as 90 meters in this question divided by the time is given as 0.2 seconds. I can write the 0.2 seconds as 2 by 10 seconds because 0.2 and 2 by 10 are same. So from this, the 10 is in denominator, which now comes to the numerator. It becomes 90 into 10 divided by 2. So if I cancel 2 and 10, it is 2 ones and 2 fives. It is going to be 90 into 5. That is equals to 450. So what is this 450? In which units? It is in meters per second. But we want the value in kilometers per hour. So now we have to multiply with 18 by 5. So it is equals to 450 into 18 by 5. 5 ones, 5 90 times. So 90 into 18, as we all know, is 1620. So the answer is 1620 kilometers per hour. So this is the answer for this second question. The third question is, a body starts from rest and travels 50 meters with an acceleration of 4 meters per second square. Find the final velocity. So the options are 20 meters per second, 10 meters per second, 40 meters per second and 50 meters per second. So now let us find the solution for this question. So first, let us understand this question. Here, as the question says, a body starts from rest. That means the initial velocity, which is u, is equals to 0. So u is equals to 0 and then n travels 50 meters. That means the distance or displacement anything is 50 meters in this case. 50 meters and then what is given? With an acceleration of 4 meters per second square. That means acceleration is equals to 4 meters per second square. Finally, we have to find the final velocity. So the question is, we have to find the final velocity in this case. So v is equals to how much? So here we have a kinematic equation that v square minus u square equals to 2as, which is having u, s, a and v that were mentioned in this equation. So now let us apply all this in this equation. So it is v square minus u square equals to 2as. So v square value we have to find. So here the initial velocity is equals to 0. So u square is also going to be 0. So as per this question now, v square is going to be equals to 2as since u square is equals to 0. From this equation, I can replace all the values. So v square is equals to 2 into acceleration is 4 meters per second square. So 4 multiplied by distance or displacement is 50 meters. 50. So 2 into 4 into 50 is 400. 400 v square. So here we have finding the v square value, that is 400. So to find the v value, so v is going to be square root of 400. So from this I can say v is equals to 20 meters per second. So the answer is option A. So it is about this question. So coming to the next question, that is question number 4. The question is, in a velocity time graph, the graph shows a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. Which of the following statements are correct? Option A, the body is in motion. Option B, the body is uniformly accelerating. Option C, the body is in rest. Option D is none. So now what is going to be the answer? For that we have to understand about what is velocity time graph. For that, let us come to here and draw a graph. So let us suppose this as the velocity time graph. So in this velocity time graph, the time is represented in the x-axis, whereas velocity is represented in the y-axis. So in this time, it is represented in x-axis because in any graph, we all know that the standard measuring quantity should be kept in the x-axis, whereas the derived quantity should be written in the y-axis. So velocity is a derived quantity and time is a standard fundamental quantity. So like that we have time in x-axis and velocity in the y-axis. As per this question, the graph shows a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. That means the graph is showing like this. So the graph is showing like this. So which of the following statements is going to be true? So first, let us understand in detail about this velocity time graph. Let us suppose the velocity at this point is equals to, let's say, 30 meters per second, and the time at the point of origin is going to be 0 because at origin we always consider as 0, and moving further we have time as 1 second, 2 second, 3 second, 4 seconds, 5 seconds and 6 seconds. Like that the time goes on, but the velocity is common, that is 30 meters per second. That means since the velocity is common, initial velocity and the final velocity are same. The final velocity and initial velocity are same, the acceleration is going to be 0 because the change in velocity is 0. So acceleration is also 0. Since acceleration is 0, we can conclude that the body is in rest. That means option C is the correct answer. So in other cases, if we look at a graph, the slope of this graph, slope of velocity time graph, gives us the acceleration. So what is the slope of a graph? Slope is nothing but the rate of change in y-axis with respect to the x-axis. So the slope would be somewhat like this, but in this case it is not like that. And then coming to area of this velocity time graph, the area of velocity time graph gives us the displacement. So these points are important to remember from this velocity time graph. So this is about this question. So the next question is the question number 5, which says a racing car starting from rest and moves with an acceleration of 5 meters per second square. Find the distance traveled by the car in 15 seconds. The options are 562.5 meters, 566.5 meters, 576.5 meters and 569.5 meters. So now, as per this question, a racing car is starting from rest. That means the initial velocity of the car is equal to 0 since it is starting from the rest, and it moves with an acceleration of 5 meters per second square. So acceleration is 5 meters per second square, and also we have to calculate the distance. So S is equal to how much, and the time is given, that is 15 seconds. Time is 15 seconds. So this is the given data from this question. Now we have to find the distance. So there is a separate kinematical formula for this, which is S equals to ut plus half at square, as we all know. So now let us replace all the values in that equation. S equals to ut plus half at square. First, u value is 0 here as you can see, so ut becomes 0. So there is no use of ut for us now. So the equation is going to become s equals to half at square. So now let us replace all the values. So it is going to be half into acceleration is given as 5 meters per second square and t square. So time is given as 15 seconds. So time into time, that is time square, would be 15 square, that is 225. So it is 225. So now we have to simplify this. So if I cancel 2 and 225, I would be left out with 112.5. So 5 into 112.5 is equals to 562.5 meters. So the value of distance is 562.5 meters. So our answer is option A. So this is about this question. So the next question is, a car is uniformly accelerating from 18 kilometers per hour to 36 kilometers per hour in 5 seconds. Then calculate the acceleration of the car. So the options are 1 meter per second square, 1 meter per second, 4 meters per second square and 4 meters per second. The question says the change in velocity is from 18 kilometers per hour to 36 kilometers per hour in time 5 seconds. So now we have to calculate the acceleration. So the initial velocity is 18 kilometers per hour, whereas the final velocity is equals to 36 kilometers per hour. So u is equals to 18 kmph, v is equals to 36 kmph, and time is given as 5 seconds. So what is the formula for acceleration? A is equals to v minus u by t. So now let us replace all the values in this equation. So it is going to be, so v value is 36, so 36 minus u value is 18 and the units are in kilometers per hour divided by, the time is given as 5 seconds. So it is equals to, so 36 minus 18 is 18. So it is 18 kilometers per hour divided by 5 seconds. So the options are given in meters and seconds. That means we have to convert this 18 kilometers per hour into meters per second. It is equals to 18 into. So to convert into meters per second, we have to multiply with 5 by 18. So into 5 by 18 whole divided by 5. So 18 ones and 18 ones. So the value which we are left out with is 5. So it is equals to 5 by 5 meters per second square. So if I cancel 5 and 5, it is 1. So the answer is 1 meter per second square. Option A is the answer. So coming to the next question, that is, a body moves along a circular track with a radius r. It starts at one end of the diameter and moves in a circular track and covers 1.5 revolutions. Find the ratio between the distance and displacement of the body. So the options are pi by 2, 2 by pi, pi and 3 pi by 2. To solve this question, let us first draw a circle and assume that it is a body. Let us suppose this shape to be as a circle, and let us suppose this is the center of the circle. So now, as per this question, it starts from one end of the diameter. So let us say it starts from here, and then let us say it moves 1.5 revolutions. It covers 1.5 revolutions. That means it comes to the original point by making one round, and it covers half of the original distance in the next move. So first it comes to here and then it comes to here. So actually this is the diameter. It starts at one end of the diameter and it ends at another end of the diameter. So like this we have the diameter. Let us say this is the diameter. First let us find the distance. So what is distance? So in this case, distance, that is the path that is taken by the body, which is in this manner. So it comes again to here and then it comes to here. So it is like the circumference of the circle. One revolution in the circle is equals to 2 into pi into r. So one revolution is 2 pi r. So then what will be 1.5 revolutions? That is 3 by 2 revolutions. 3 by 2 revolutions is going to be 3 pi r. 3 pi r for 1.5 revolution. So as per this question, we have 1.5 revolution. So the distance, that is 3 pi r. And looking at the displacement. So what is displacement? Displacement is the shortest distance between any two points. So the starting point here is in this way. Let us say it is A, and this point, which is the ending point, let us say B. So from A to B, we have the displacement, which is the diameter. So diameter is our displacement. So what is diameter? Diameter is 2 times of radius. So the displacement is 2r. So we have to find the ratio between distance and displacement. First we have to write the value of distance, that is 3 pi r is to. The symbol of ratio is like this, which is called as is to. And then the value of displacement is 2r. So in this ratio, we have to divide the 3 pi r by 2r. So it is going to be 3 pi r divided by 2r. So r and r gets cancelled. The value is 3 pi by 2. So the answer is 3 pi by 2, which is option D. So it is this question. Like this, you can solve such kind of questions related to the circles. So coming to the next question, that is, a particle moves along the square whose side is L. Starting from A, the particle reaches C by traveling from A to B and B to C. If the time taken is t seconds, then find the average velocity. The options are square root of 2L, square root of 2L by 2, option C is square root of 2L by T, and option D is 2L by T. So first let us understand the question and then move on to the solution. So the question says, there is a square and a particle is moving along the sides of the square and the length of the side is L. So the length of the side is L and it starts from A and comes to C. So now let us draw a square to understand this question better. So this is a square. This point here is A, this is B, it is C, and it is D. So now, as per the question, it starts from A, that is here, and ends at C. And the path of this, that is, it is traveling from A to B and B to C. That means the path is in this direction. So now, if the time taken is t seconds, so the time is given as t seconds. So we have to find the average velocity. So here we all know that this length from A to B is L and B to C is also L as given in the question. So from this we have known the L and L. So first let us look at average velocity. So average velocity, the formula of average velocity is total displacement by total time. So what is displacement? Displacement is the shortest distance between the starting point and the ending point. So here the starting point is A and the ending point is C. So the displacement is going to be like this. So this line is our displacement. So now this is looking like a right angle triangle since the angle at B is 90 degrees. So from this, if I flip this right angle triangle towards the normal image like this, as given, this side is L and this side is also L. So this side here is the displacement. So this side and this side are same and it forms a 90 degrees at the point B and it is point A and it is point C. So here in this case we have 90 degrees at B. It is looking like a right angle triangle. We know the length of AB and BC. We need to find the length of AC. That means we have to find the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. As per the Pythagoras theorem, the hypotenuse square is equals to the side square plus side square. So the hypotenuse is AC square. So this AC square is equals to AB square plus BC square. So we want to find the AC square. So AC square is equals to the AB square. So like this we have L. So here we have the length of AB, which is L. So L square is going to be L square itself. L square plus BC square. The length of BC is L. So L square is L square. So L square plus L square is 2L square. So AC square is equals to 2L square. From this I can write AC is equals to square root of 2L square. So it will be equals to square root of 2L. So square root of 2L is the displacement. So now let us substitute the values. So the displacement is square root of 2L divided by, the time is given as t seconds. So the time is t. So the answer is square root of 2L by t. So the option is C. So this is about this question. We will continue this kind of questions in my next class also. For that, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.